Is everyone getting you down?
Ass.
People always telling you what to do?
Ass.
Parents always telling you what to do?
Ass.
Teachers say you gotta do it their way?
Ass.
Cops trying to bust up your party?
Ass.
Uncle Sam trying to dig into your wallet?
Ass.
Preacher bringing God down on you?
Ass.
Everything is ass! And it's time to fight back!
But Hector, how do I fight back against the ass?
Shut the hell up, Chris. You gotta turn that ass around and use it for yourself. It's 3 simple steps. It's in the name, dummy. First, we got the A. That stands for awareness. That means pay attention. Don't be a zombie NPC. Somebody could be trying to pull a fast one on you and you're asleep at the wheel. Come on, get with it.
Now what?
It's the S, fool. I thought you were paying attention. The S stands for skepticism.
What's that?
I'm glad you asked. Because it means doubt. Question everything. Do you really think people don't have a reason to lie to you? You think the news is always right? That your friends are never selfish? That the cops know the laws perfectly? That the government didn't give a bunch of people syphilis?
Question everything.
Hector, what do I do now? Now it's time to go for that final S. And master that ass.
Scrutiny.
Put that ass to the test. Look it up. Do a little research. Experiment. Check in on that ass to see if it's legit. Stop messing with ass that don't pass basic sniff test.
But Hector, how do I remember all that?
I made a shirt, so you don't have to. Go on, get down in the link right now and order yours. Stop being everybody's fool and master that ass. Get the shirt! Do it now! Go! Do it! Is everyone...
That shit.
And thanks for starting the show with some curse word. When I said momentarily, I meant it. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Bad me, bad me.
Welcome to episode 2 of Avmvp. We're in for your benefit. Start out with a little recap. Last week, the characters found their way. The Cult of Poseidon decided that they would make their way to planet Noyn for different reasons, all the different characters, and made great use of one of their characters, the synthetic working Joe, to get through that pretty easily. And then quickly found their way through space vessel through deep sleep onto planet Noyn, LV331, was it? Can't remember. And they got to take one of their first excursions on the Guna Cadet, or Guna Cadite. I don't know how to pronounce German stuff, so sorry, guys. Call it whatever you want. Guna Cadet?
Guna
Maybe? I don't know. I don't actually know if it's Russian or what. I just know that's what I named it. So super smart on my part. When out at the edge of their excursion, as far as how much fuel they have to return, they came across a pyramid that shouldn't be there, and beset by wet blankets. the extremely stretched out jellyfish. I believe you guys were going to. I'll hand it over to you.
Evasive maneuvers! Wet blankets!
Yes.
Dive, dive, dive.
Yeah, who's operating again?
You have a driver. Let's get.
And my researcher at the helm.
Right, so
here.
Leilani and Malware.
Yeah, so we're deciding what to do next.
Wait, I think it's entirely up to you because both your characters are the ones with the skill to pilot the
Right.
cadet.
Okay, so like, are we like headed towards the? Okay, well, we haven't really decided yet, huh?
Because they're
So
kind of coming from like underneath us, right? That's how we spotted them.
Where?
It'd be lateral to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So we just got to get away from them so they don't wreck us or strand us.
Okay, and can we easily like maneuver away from them, or are they like?
You can find out if it's easy by giving me a roll.
Yes.
Oh no, my D10. I need my D10.
Yeah, grab your D10. Use the control vehicle skill. You can roll for both characters, but you have to divide one of the rolls by 3. One of the totals by 3.
One character can't give synergy to the other character?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, sorry. I'm
Mhm.
half paying attention for some reason.
Alright, so you said. So I'm gonna have Leilani die special. And you said what? I need to look at what too?
Roll a D10 for each character.
For each character.
Add the control vehicle skill. Divide one of the skills by 3 and add it to the other one.
Control vehicle. Oh, there it is. Okay, so roll for both of them. And then divide that.
Divide only one of the rolls by 3. That's how you perform an assist, sort of, in this game.
Okay,
One
so
of the characters gives a third of their total to the other one.
10, and then so 16.5.
Yeah, we ran down. That's okay.
Okay, 16.
You start to turn the Guna away from the blankets, and you start to gain a little distance from them when you realize that one of them's on top of you. You've basically been looking through it the whole time, and you've steered into it, and it slides across the main port on the front and starts to slide and slither its way, only slightly changing the look through the portals on the side of the Guna as it passes by, as the parallax in the water disguises the blanket nearly perfectly. But because you guys know what's happening, you see it change from one port to the other, start covering it, and then not covering it anymore as it starts to, its length is exhausted and it makes its way to the back section of the Guna. And sure enough, you feel the Guna lose power for a moment and then seemingly recover. So maybe the propellers were able to chop it up and get through. Or maybe it's still on there. You're not sure. What do you guys say?
I don't want to be stranded in the ocean, guys. Tim.
So if we're like, if it's kind of going back with our moment, like, so we're going forward and it's kind of sliding back of us, right? So it's like going like this.
Yeah. It's slithering over the Guna.
You guys think it'll be too late to like go for a full halt and then maybe go reverse, or you think you know what I mean, or you think it's already damage is done?
Well, we
Oh,
did regain power, right? It only just dimmed for a second, and then
Mhm.
it started operating normally.
Yeah.
So we should not go reverse because the wet blanket might still be back there.
Okay. And we're still headed towards the pyramid, correct? We didn't change direction or anything.
That's what we last discussed. Was to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
But-
notes, we were that way. We saw it and we were going to try to evade it, but continue towards the pyramid.
Any kind of entrances, or is it just a straight up like just 4 corners of stone?
Yeah, you can see a silhouette of it. Triangle peeking out from the depths of the water, but as far as seeing an entrance, that's not.
So I say we punch it, Chewy. So we go full throttle, just to make sure we're 100% out of that squid.
You're towards the pyramid is also towards the school.
Oh
shit.
shit! The school.
Can we go around?
Are they blocking the entrance?
Sure. You. Why don't you give me some sort of sensory roll, like maybe a look or
some looks,
or even a control vehicle, whatever you prefer.
Control vehicle. Wrong person.
I'll roll some looks for my characters that are there.
Okay, so I would do the same thing again. 2 die and 1 divided by 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Using the control. Well, no. Just give me those separate because you're using that skill in a different fashion right now.
Oh, okay.
So give me each roll separately, without adding anything. You get a TV sound somewhere or something?
Somewhere,
I
yeah.
think that killed it. Thank you. That stopped it. Whoever did that.
Well, both of my characters rolled 13.
I got a 16 and a
For
14. 16 and a 14 for the vehicle control.
Okay, both your characters are pretty well trained, and you're reasonably sure that even though that was maybe a little scary and you might have got caught up with the colors,
focus.
Sorry, we're having a little sound issue. They get distracting. That you're pretty sure, reasonably sure, you can make it around this school of blankets, but what you're not sure is if you're within a safety range as far as your fuel goes, because you've gone down to 42%.
Oh man. So we could.
The other characters don't know this because they're not in the pilot or co-pilot compartment.
Okay, so it'll be up to pretty much my people to. I say we turn this thing around, just so we don't run out of fuel.
Yeah, my characters are not comfortable with continuing on.
Tim doesn't want to drown, so let's turn around.
So let's say you turn around without telling everybody else. The rest of you guys see that the school of blankets quickly starts to fall off into the distance to one side of the Guna as you can use them to tell in your heads that the Guna is, and the motion of the boat is also telling you that you're making an abrupt turn. And in fact, you've probably turned about 180 degrees, starting to head away from that school. You guys can communicate with each other.
What's happening, Tim?
Leilani says they made an executive decision and decided to turn back to the facility because there's a school of wet blankets between us and the entrance to the pyramid.
Harper's just like, I'm kind of glad you made the decision because I didn't really want to say anything, but I don't want to die. And I don't want my mommy, but I do want to go.
Yeah, and that the fuel reserves that we have left will be more than enough to get us back home without having to
Oh, okay.
push
So,
the envelope.
well, let's make sure we mark these coordinates so we could refuel and come back. Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Joe, you've been recording the whole time, right? Look over, am I working, Joe? No,
No, just kidding. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that was the whole point of this.
about to shove his head on the glass. Like, look over there, record that.
All right, you guys head back.
I was like, I hope that's what my notes are for. Just kidding.
The sea life here is incredible. Like I said before, the equivalence of anemones or coral or whatever it might be is so strange and spectacular here. The way that it acts, or you're not even sure if it's alive or dead, or what might be going on there, or what could be lurking inside or throughout, if anything could at all. The sea life is just something else. Things beyond imagining. I mean, the things on Earth, in the ocean, are already crazy enough, incredibly varied, and so diverse and so strange the deeper you go. But here, it's just literally another planet. You had two characters, I believe. Helicopter, you had two characters. I think Tim and Bart.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry,
State-
Cornelius and Bart. Yes.
Cornelius and Bart. Okay, Tim and Derek are on the excursion. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. And so Cornelius and Bart. Cornelius was learning what he could from Kitez Station, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And Bart was where?
He was in the daycare center,
He was in the playground.
running it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said, that he was going to run that playground.
He's making he's bullying all the other kids or something.
Well, yeah, because he's way more important than the rest of them.
There are 4 other children on Kitez Station.
That's how he sees it.
One of them is 17, and he'll soon, well, 16, and he'll soon be 17 and old enough to work on Kitez. And the other 2 are 8 and 4.
Okay.
And at the behest of Claudia, those children are forced to play with you. Because
Roll for charisma.
there are no other children on the station, so it's very important, says Claudia, that everybody get along and be a good family.
Mm.
And that's the last you've seen of her for hours.
All right.
And in fact, Julie and Nin are exhausted and go off, and Rob is watching you and just kind of hanging out with you and saying yes to whatever you say, and listening to anything you say and agreeing with anything you say. And he's utterly tired of you, but he's at least in action positive.
All right. So is my dad back yet? I say to him.
Should be back soon.
He should be back now. You should go check. You need to leave me here with
Okay.
all these toys and go check on my father.
All right, I'll check. I'll be back in like 5
I want
minutes.
gummy bears.
You don't? Yeah, okay. And he
I want
leaves.
them now. And I start kicking stuff.
Okay, excellent. You wonder how long it's going to take him for a while as you throw your little tantrum all by yourself.
Mhm.
Do whatever you want, and you're being a little kid angry at life.
Yes, I wreck it.
You know, the other kids managed to escape you by now, but this place has not. And you building your own little 9-year-old world, you forget. I don't have to make you roll focus because you'll fail.
But you should, 'cause it'll be funny.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see here. Focus? No tango focus.
Oh yeah, I know.
But I do have will. 9.
Oh, a whole 9. That's not bad. Yeah. You won. I mean, the DS was set against you, right? But but 9 is a lot less worse than I thought. So good for you. You wonder how far he's going to get back, but in your 9-year-old brain, you don't realize how long he's been gone, and sure at all, but you know that he's been gone for more than 5 minutes, probably a lot longer than that.
The guy that was watching me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go find him so I can yell at him for being incompetent.
Excellent. Excellent.
Rob!
3.
Rob! As I walk around the station yelling his name.
Right. About 4 hours later, back on the Gundet, you see the fuel gauge utterly below empty. Just you still have 45 minutes to the station. A current has come through. Well, actually, I guess to be fair, I should give you a roll because there is a roll you could make. So I need you to do a control vehicle roll for me, Evan, and do it the way that I did the first time with 1/3 of the other skill helping the primary pilot. If you do make a high enough roll, then what I said was not true.
Uh, 20.
20, very, very good. Not enough, but better than I thought. You're 20 minutes away, and the fuel gauge is reading less than 0. A current has come through. and pushed on the Guna and just slowed your travel. And you're not sure how far underneath zero this gauge goes.
Okay. Is there any way we could like ping like a distress signal or like communicate with home
Sure.
base and let them know that we are potentially not gonna make it?
Absolutely.
And then I turn to all the passengers and just let them know the situation and not to panic.
How far are we out?
It's about 45 minutes out.
You rolled higher than that, so you're only 20 minutes away.
Okay. So 20 minutes out.
And
Yeah,
how much
that's-
air do we have left?
You're fine on air.
I think it's just the
Um,
gas.
It
well-
needs to know.
Okay, well, I mean, there's you can only have so much air on the ship, but so after those 20 minutes, you'll still have 2 hours of air, and then you can burn a candle to produce more air if needed after that. Because Laguna is a pretty large ship, but so it does have a burning station for you to produce oxygen, but it's not super big, like a nuclear submarine or something.
So we'll have an affair.
Yes. Well, everything's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it.
All right.
We're just waiting to hear comms back from the
over-
main base.
Over the radio, you hear a familiar voice. You guys remember the guy who prepped you for the excursion?
Captain Cameron. I remember he was a captain.
Well, it doesn't matter. Who's this?
This is a submersible vehicle. What's the name of it again?
Night.
Laguna. We're sending out a distress signal. We are running out of fuel due to a unforeseen current pushing us back a bit, and we might be needing a call for SOS pretty soon. Over.
How much fuel have you got? Over.
We are running on empty. We're running on fumes here.
All right, I got you here on sonar. Maybe I can get you. Sit tight. There's a candle to burn if you're running low on oxygen. But maybe you don't want to come back.
Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry. Things here they're not good. Everyone's gone. I don't know if you want to. There's nothing here for you. I'll go get you.
10-4. We'll be on standby.
Sure enough, a few minutes later, the automatic systems of the Guna take over as it is no longer being propelled forward. And what power it has left, the lights dim inside. It seems like only life support systems are on now, oxygen. The engine is definitely not no more, and you have a low energy reading warning on the console, and your oxygen scrubbers are working at minimal capacity. And there is an estimate of oxygen left, and like I said, the last reading was for operational conditions. But now they seem to be dropping a little faster than that. An hour and 45 minutes left, it says. Still, the candle burning station is available. And you were less than 20 minutes away from Gitez. And about 23 minutes later, there is a jolt on the Guna. And you hear over the radio, "I've got you. Everyone sit tight."
I make it, Tim.
Thank the heavens, Captain. What's going on at the main station? Over.
Over.
We were attacked. I lived, I think, because I was scrubbing the below sea level compartment. The iridium sticks to the steel. It's good when you apply it correctly, anti-corrosive, but it's in the water, and if you don't apply it correctly, it's incredibly abrasive. So you have to protect the steel. Anyway, I was down under the water, so maybe I don't know exactly what happened, but I have an idea. I guess I'll tell you more when we get there.
Mm.
And what do you guys do on the ride back?
Yeah.
That's Tim.
Yeah.
Joe's just like,
Bart is dead. Thank God.
You don't know that.
hell yeah! I said I didn't want a son, and I don't have a son anymore. Just kidding. I was gonna ask a controversial question and ask if it was too late not have a kid. When I was listening to how bad he was being. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing we can do except
I'll-
wait to get on.
like I said.
Derek's praying.
Noah is not even wondering
Just doing
what's up
this.
with Bart. He's like, man, I wonder if that cute
Yeah.
girl that I saw when we were walking around is okay. Not Bart. Really. So bad.
I think Leilani and my lead researcher, Mal, right? Mal?
Yes.
They're running, they're shooting stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and just wondering who possibly be attacking the facility.
Your girl Lucia just trying to make sure that Mal's not scared, so she's just gonna sit there and be like, "Don't worry, you'll be okay. I'll take care of you, and I won't let nothing happen to you, especially you. I'll protect you."
Puts hand on thigh.
Yes, exactly. Then draws back really quick and is like, "I'm sorry, may I? I know some breathing techniques that might make you feel comfortable on the way
This
up."
isn't the time for this. Thank you.
Receive me, accept me.
Pray to Poseidon that we make it through this.
Yeah, several minutes later, slow going, the weight of the Guna slowing down the mini sub, which is throwing you. Luckily, you're buoyant, so such a thing is possible underwater. You hear Juddlin come back over the radio. "Just give me a minute. I gotta Operate the sluice via remote control. I'll have you in dock in no time. And you can kind of sense the vibrations, and through the portals, look at the sluice being opened, and the mini sub slowly pulling you into the dock. All right, see, I told you, no problem. Just sit tight while I close the sluice, and then it'll be safe for you to come out. You notice that there's a good amount of movement still inside of the dock with the sluice open. And as soon as the sluice starts to close, and the radio goes dead.
No.
That was a good yell.
That was good. Scream Queen.
But we don't hear this, right? Only the operators do?
You definitely hear it over the radio.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
something
right.
very loud.
I grabbed Joe.
The sluice finishes
Yeah.
closing, and the water is inside the dock. They settle down.
Joe, you should go check it out.
Leilani calls out on the radio. Hello? Hello, status?
There is no return.
All right.
Are we able to look out the windows and see if you can see anything?
From here, your view is extremely limited. You can see that the mini sub is in front of you through the front window. The side windows see almost nothing. Just the steel which holds the dock, the canal here.
Yeah, I think Joe can go check it out. Why not?
No, not Joe.
Why not?
Are we all on the sub besides the kid?
Besides the kid and Cornelius.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure all four of my I was actually gonna double check with that. Can't seem to find that in my notes. I'm pretty sure all my characters went.
Yeah, I think that's right. Like Cornelius and Bart. So Pat says, "You know what? Let me open up the hatch and see if I can get a what's going on outside."
Is Pat visibly armed?
Is there a way that we can maybe see something on like some kind of cameras or something before we leave to see what's going on? Is that like a possibility?
Well, we said we can't see out the windows, but yeah, do we have
I know.
cameras we could see out of?
Or like something we could, you know, tap into?
I don't know if any of you guys have. You can roll look based on memory, and if you can roll me over a 20, I'll tell you whether or not that's a thing.
Okay.
So look, but replace awareness with memory?
Yeah.
Need a 20, huh?
All right.
Come on. I think I did it. Because my memory is 1 point higher than my awareness, and that turns my look into an 11, and I rolled a 9.
Okay, wait. So how are we adding this up?
Take the look skill,
Uh-huh.
but replace the key attribute or the main attribute with instead of using awareness AWA, use memory MEM.
Mm-hmm.
You replace that number and roll.
So I would place the awareness number with my memory number.
Hmm.
And that's the total bonus number, not the rank number, right? I'm just making sure I do this right so I don't
Yeah,
make up
that'll
numbers.
change your total bonus.
And Derek can't make it, but Tim did.
People, we only need one, right?
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I think.
So 11 plus 4. So I just need higher than.
Like if you replace the attributes and your look doesn't even total to a 10, you can't. You know you can't get the DS. I only had a
Look.
chance because I had a 10 look.
Okay. My soldier. All I need is a 2.
Nice.
Really?
There you go. Yeah, look is
Excellent.
looks
Please roll for me.
Yeah,
Don't roll a 1.
18. Oh shit, it's a negative 1.
Hmm.
13 plus 4. Yeah, okay. Thank God.
So you rolled the 22 total?
A 21.
21?
Excellent.
18,
That's the number you
17.
needed. I said over 20, remember?
Mm.
Yeah, 22.
And that is that's Pat.
That is Pat Tillman. Yep.
Okay, Pat. Pat actually used to this kind of thing. Remembers didn't pay super close attention to whether or not there was cameras, but thinks that maybe some of the things he saw were. And he does remember that there was a security office that he poked in, and there were monitors in there. And he definitely saw those. So they were monitoring something, and they are probably cameras around here. Unfortunately, to get to the monitors, the only place that you remember is in the security office. You're not sure if they have other posts around here where they can do the same.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about like cameras on the sub.
No. There's external cameras on the sub, but they are not helping you. They're giving you very much the same view that you can see.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking that we were doing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, my misunderstanding. But I didn't give you any information you didn't deserve. So.
All right. Well, now we know there's a security office with monitors. All right. Yeah. So Pat, he would likely, I guess, creak the door open to see if we could see if we're in danger or anything.
Joe, back him up.
Okay.
You gonna do a Ninja Turtle peek?
Yeah.
Just.
I mean, I still think it would be okay for Joe to go out and look. They don't really. I just feel like they wouldn't pay attention to me if I did.
No. Pat takes initiative. Pat opens the door.
All right, Pat.
What's happening?
Okay, when you get out, you see. As a matter of fact, use your regular look skill now, without modifying it, and go ahead and roll it again. Because apparently, Pat is very observant. I should know, but I don't.
But you do. But not really.
Yeah, now I do. Now I
do. 22.
And let me grab that map. In case there's something I'm missing. Everything, besides being extremely quiet, looks kind of normal. It looks like maybe there is some work left out, unfinished. abandonment project. This looks pretty much just like you left it.
All right, I wave over to
Just
the
it's just
rest
be
of the
wrapped with
crew.
people.
I wave over to the rest of the crew and let them know that everything looks safe. And am I able to see like remnants of the guy that was in? Is there like a blood trail, or is there any sign of him?
No, the mini sub is still connected to the front of the Guna in the position that it used to tow you, and floating in the canal on level 0 where you guys are at.
Okay, and is it safe for all of us to offboard, or do I have to like do any more connections? I guess, or can we all walk out of there without any issue?
Yeah, you guys can get out with it. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would like to definitely be in front as Joe. I want to go. Like, I feel like there's something I can do to see things around us better.
When you guys get out, there is something that you can see that is strange.
Wait, am I armed?
No, you're not.
Okay, that's what I thought. Like, why would you need a gun on a submarine?
Mhm.
None of us are, not even like people who would normally be carrying a firearm.
None of you are armed. You got to this station.
Oh, that's right. Why would we have a gun in space?
You got to this station based on the idea that you guys were
That's right.
fishermen,
Right.
fish process workers, so forth and so on. You guys used your specialties to fake your IDs on this place. You didn't come as guns for hire.
All right.
But those, I mean, some of you have like Power Lord or certifications, and remember, you made up certifications to get here. But when you do get out of the sub and onto the level 0 floor, that's when you can see. Since you were the first one out, Pat, that's when you see the Nereus just floating out at sea. Maybe 200 yards away.
What?
Remember the Nereus?
I do not remember.
The Nereus is the ship that took you from the space vessel to
The
the
first boat
station.
we were on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And there's just, is it like super quiet? We don't hear any work being done or anything.
It's raining. Most of the rain, you can see some of the rain hitting at an angle at the east side of the station, and you can hear the rain in the distance, and you know that it's all around you. The ocean seems rather tumultuous, but as far as station sounds go, it is extremely quiet.
I thought we were under, like, below level, sea level.
No, level 0 is sea level. The Guna, there's a canal in the center of level 0, which is in the water.
Tim's gonna look for something to defend himself with. A wrench, pipe, whatever.
Yeah, assuming you go to the south side of level 0, you can definitely find some tools laid out that are just there. Absolutely have a pipe. or
All right, guys, we don't know what's going on, so everybody grab
wrench.
something.
Yeah, let's all grab something.
a pipe or wrench or a wrench or a pipe wrench, whatever you like.
What about a wrench pipe?
That's what I said. A pipe or a wrench or a wrench pipe. They're all available.
You said a pipe wrench. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I just said wrench pipe because it's not a thing.
Yeah, whatever. They're there too.
All right, so what do we do now? I'm gonna look over at Pat.
So, safe to assume we all found something? Is that?
Yeah. If you look around, there is a toolbox at one of the stations. Well, it's not a station; it's a piece of empty floor with a mat on it, and there apparently was a couple of people working here on some project which you can't readily identify. Some sort of motor part or something. You're not sure where it goes to, but yeah, a full, not like a little toolbox, like a full wheelable toolbox is here. So there are definitely all sorts of metal sticks that you can just grab whatever you want.
Okay.
So we arm ourselves. So shit, what do we do? Then crap.
I mean, I don't.
Isn't someone concerned for their kid?
No, not at all. I'm worried about that. One girl, when we walked in, it was really cute. No, I'm kidding. I guess I'm just too scared of what's going on.
Is there a comm station in this area?
You can roll look.
Was there a map for the floor we're on?
If we're on, that would be, yeah, right? Because that would be.
There is a metagame to this, and I think maybe, I don't know, should you be aware of that? I think you should be aware of that.
What does that mean?
Well, you know the honor points that we're doing. The last sentence of special needs child, just so you know, reads, if wait, what's it say? If this character dies, the parent character receives only half their honor value, rounded down. Just to remind you.
That seems completely fine as long as no one's asking for gummy bears no more.
19 look, Hector.
19 look. All right. And you were looking for what?
For like an intercom or a phone or something.
Okay. There are stairs at the south of this level, and you see what looks to be a control panel, because there's control panels all over the place. But obviously, those panels are attached to whatever machine they're next to. This one high above, you're not sure what the purpose of it is, but it is on an observation platform, so you think it might be useful.
Okay. All right, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Yep.
Walk ahead of me,
Sorry,
please. We're going
Joe.
to that panel.
Okay.
Protect me with your body.
Okay.
And
I do so.
And I nervously follow Joe with pipe in hand.
Don't worry, Joe has a wrench. We're good. All right. So what am I doing now, other than protecting you and going towards the panel?
For now. Till we
Okay.
get there.
Let me find my note on that.
Derek's gonna put his hand on Noah's shoulder. Don't worry, I got you. Won't let any harm come to you, sir.
Good. I would hope not. Pats his head.
He smiles.
Such a good boy.
All right. So, the panel you find, it says it's red stripes across the entire panel, and it has one button that says master, and the rest of the buttons, which seem to coincide with the mechanical things on this level, and they all the switches are big red switches, and on the side of the panel seems to be a card reader.
Joe, can you work this?
With a key that you can turn.
With a key that you can turn. I mean, I don't see why not.
What skills do you currently have?
I don't remember if we changed anything. I don't even know where my thing is. Damn it.
And there is a comm here. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Cool. I nervously look at the group. Should I try to call for help? Or do you think it'll alert whoever did all of this? Or whoever got the captain? Yeah. I asked that to the group.
I don't know.
Harper thinks that she would rather take the risk of alerting the wrong people to have someone help us and get her out of here. Although Noah disagrees, and he's only thinking about the pyramid in the water.
And have we searched that whole submarine area, that floor we're on? Like for any hints or clues, like what happened to the other guy?
You have not.
I would like to look.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I would say that Lucia also is interested in doing that.
Tim cowers behind Joe.
Pat and Nathan would like to.
All right, so I'll tell you the rest of the map here. To the we'll just start arbitrarily here. To the right of the platform, which is 20-some feet up and connected to the stairs leading up to level 1. Going back down to the right of that is what some sort of computer room, and there's a window and a door into a machining room. So you see that this is some sort of CNC manufacturing place where it looks like designs are made in this smaller room and and the makers can watch the process happen in the bigger room. And two giant articulated machines with a platform that you can tie things down to. The giant machines are hovering about the room, and they're waiting to be used. To the right of that, there is a small room, relatively small, with a hand truck, a big magnetic hand truck, and inside are cubes and cylinders of metal mostly, along with a few other materials that look like they're building materials. Above that, there is what looks to be like a smaller building facility with a computer interface on the outside of it. And it looks, you're not quite sure what that thing does, but it looks like it's some sort of machining tool. From there, you can continue on. Well, let's say, near the center of the room to the left of that is the giant crane that was underneath the lift, and it seems to have some an operational control next to it. Would you like to go north across the canal, the dock canal, or to the south west of the platform?
So Leilani would like to bring up an idea.
Ooh.
We're eventually gonna have to, make it out of this level.
Fuck off.
And she suggests that we refuel the submarine before we make any decisions, kind of like as a last, ditch effort for maybe like escape or anything like that.
That's a good idea.
So I guess yes, I would I think we're gonna have to use something like the crane to maybe prop it up so we can refuel that.
Noah likes Leilani's idea.
Derek
So-
also likes Leilani's idea
Of course he
because
does.
Noah did. So he nods
If you
along.
get Noah's vote, you get 2 votes. And really, because it's me, you get all the votes.
So I guess we would like to, kind of venture towards that area.
Cool.
I feel like we're gonna have to.
North of where you were exploring doesn't seem to be the right place. There is a crane that looks like its sole purpose is to lift and lower the mini sub, which is currently tied to the Guna Cadet. There are some stairs that lead up, and there's an area for docking the Guna. As far as you can tell, 2 giant machines with huge chains look like they could pull the Guna onto a docking area. So you have the option of basically one very large building at the southwest part of level 0, or 2 smaller buildings on the northwest part of level 0.
I say we do those 2 smaller buildings first.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 smaller ones.
Okay, one of 2 arcs, 2 metallic arcs lead you across to the northern side. There's also at the very west, the most west part near the sluice gate, there's a much larger bridge, which seems to be made of concrete. But either of the 2 metal bridges lead you over to the north part. When you get there and look closer, you see that one of the buildings isn't necessarily enterable. It seems to have only maintenance panels on it, very small amount of space that you could get into if you went on there, and it has a control panel on the outside of it. And by the signs on it, you can gather that this is actually a water refining plant. So most of the space inside is not for you to dick around in. It's all machine inside once you get inside of the protective part. The other part, when you notice, it has a warning sign on the door, and it says, do not enter without radiation suit. And on the left of the door, there are 2 hanging radiation suits.
Hmm.
Joe takes one. Just kidding.
I feel like that's you could come back, Joe.
I'm not going in there.
I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go in there. So.
I mean, if we're really that curious, we'll just send Joe.
Yeah, there's like a heavy machine, like a gear and a do not enter, or get grinded by machines or something sign.
There's no windows looking in or anything.
No.
What are we looking for, Tim? I'm just trying not to die.
Well, there's only one building
Nuzzle
left for
up
you
with Joe.
to.
Yeah, I say we just bookmark that do not enter area and go back to that big. Check out that big building.
Now that you're much closer to the bridge, the concrete bridge on the west side, you see that it leads to a power loader, which is tied to the ground by chains. The power loader is directly outside of a huge door, which presumably is made in order for the power loader to be able to get into the building. The doors slide open with the simple push of a button, and inside you can see that there are huge fuel tanks as well as giant pieces of metal which look like they might be the right shape for a submarine. In the corner of the room, you see a giant propeller, which looks like an exact copy of the one on the Guna. So this is some sort of large spare parts room, and apparently these barrels marked fuel and such are probably what you're looking for. The giant area that the power loader is made for the power loader to move her and continues on to the left. Do you guys explore a little more? Or?
I would like to get right to refueling the.
And then explore. And then
Yeah.
look around.
Yeah. Noah is concerned about
yes.
getting that refueled.
We must secure our escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of you have drive 3.
Yeah.
Those of you who have drive 3 are
Dog.
can operate the power loader.
Yeah, that'll be Pat on my side.
For me, I've got Lucia, who can also do so.
So yeah, any of you who want to do that.
Lucia can work on that.
Yeah, Pat and Lucia go in. I guess they could refuel it while the other guys go explore.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the.
We should have split up.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could split up a couple people, and maybe you guys can find other things that we could use. Maybe look for any other supplies or resources we might want to take with us if we're going to. I mean, we decided to go back. We're gonna go get back on the ship and look in the pyramid, right? That's the point of refueling, right?
Well, I mean,
no
I think that's just like a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's all Noah wants to do. So
who's driving the power loader?
Lucia.
Either her or
Okay.
Tim, but they both go together to.
Okay. Well, looking around, you find you gotta unlock the power loader first, but the keys are nearby inside of the storage room. No big deal. They're just in a little what do you call them? Little wall cubby iron thing with a lock on it that's not locked, and inside there's more keys, and obviously one of these keys looks like it belongs to the power loader.
Mhm.
Blocks, and you can take the chains off of it.
Okay.
So you go ahead and do that, while the rest of you discover a room full of barrels. And after inspecting the barrels, you realize that the outsides have spilt over paint on them, and there's paint on the floor. And you imagine that all of these barrels are full of paint because they seem to be pretty much the same. In the room next to that, it says it has a big old radiation symbol, and it says "Caution: Radiation, do not enter."
Skip.
In a large room next to that, it says it's an unmarked door, but as you go inside, it's filled with shelves, and the shelves just seem to have all sorts of little parts that somebody might need. Maybe one's a carburetor valve, or maybe one's a fuel valve, or maybe one's you're not sure because you've never seen these designs, these exact designs. But it looks like if you got into the back room of an AutoZone, and it's worse than that because there's stuff that maybe don't belong on vehicles, and it's just packed to the brim with all sorts of parts. Across from that, and completing this room, is what seems to be a computer lab with a computer space in it, and also a small CNC machine of some sort, or maybe a 3D printing machine, or maybe a combination of two, where it looks like small, like microchip parts are worked on or something, or made here. And since you guys explored that room, I'll send you the map because you hadn't prior.
Oh, thank God. I love maps. My imagination was not putting that together.
I didn't send you the maps until you explored the room, because otherwise I couldn't justify you having them. So let's see if I can. And of course, I'm dumb and don't know how to use technology, so here we go.
You're posting in Discord?
I'm about to, as soon as I figure out how to get something off the drive. I guess I just have to download it. Sure, I'll just download it. It'll let me. Not do it. We're done forever.
You can do it.
Okay. That's what I get for trying to do this for the first time. Oh, I know what to do. Maybe I'm doing it backwards.
Little
There we
puppy.
are.
Hey, little pup.
Is the level 0 map for you guys.
All right.
You said it was Lucia who started.
Yes.
And Pat.
Right. Well, you guys start like you saw the Guna being fueled earlier. And you guys can replicate the procedure fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
There are some parts inside near the fuel where a fueling pump would be kept, right? And it's not a problem. It does take a while.
Okay. I would like to just keep a lookout while I'm there. Make sure that. I mean, we're kind of because we're operating a crane, so we're at somewhat of a.
But you can fuel the Guna in the water. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
The problem is you're not gonna be able to move the Guna safely until you remove the tow hitch from the mini sub.
Okay. So wouldn't one of us want to do that? I mean, Lucia was operating, but I can go do that if you prefer to operate the thing once.
Can we?
Both?
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Divide and
not?
conquer.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah, because
Shut up, Yuli.
the
Shit, opposite of what we just said. You were not
Because-
even here.
What?
Leilani and Mal are both drive 6x6, so they could both, I guess, pilot both of them, either or. So yeah, I think we should prep them, and I think
Okay.
we should also keep in mind that that ship that brought us over is, I guess, not too far from us. Correct? I mean, if it's an eye distance, I would imagine that's not
Okay.
too far from
Yeah.
us as well.
The Nereus,
Yeah.
Nereus.
remember the Nereus is 200 yards off of the
Okay.
far from the platform.
So it's in the water 200 yards away.
Yeah,
like the
it's just
docking
there.
area.
It's just there, rocking back and forth from the tumultuous water. You guys are, for the most part, because of the direction of the wind, protected from the rain. But it's definitely cold and windy, and the Nereus is just out there for some reason.
So I say we refuel both the subs, remove the tow hitch, and Mal, she kind of takes initiative and goes back into the sub and see if she could hail the Venerius to see if there's anyone on board and if they know the situation.
You get radio silence.
Come on, man, that was a good idea.
But isn't that where the captain was when he was screaming?
No, he was supposed to be inside with us because he hitched us and he let us in.
He was in the tow sub.
Right. Okay, never mind then. Mixing them up then.
How do you guys remove the tow hitch?
Very carefully.
With precision.
With the tool, some of the tools.
Quietly.
It's a big cable, and it's clamped onto the Guna, and you're not quite sure how. Underwater.
Okay, we get the cranes or Or can we expel the water out of the dock there?
I don't know if that would work. Would that work?
Well, it'll expose the toe.
So the tow sub is still like under the water, just in front of the our sub, clamped
Mhm.
on, right?
So is it like a section where the water rises?
You
Or
see,
is-
yeah, you see on the map that the center part that's cut out, with the Guna in the middle of it.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's water. Like that's ocean
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
water
I
level.
see.
The sluices don't actually. Well, there is a canal here. The sluice's main job isn't to keep water out; it's to keep water from rocking the Guna. So in case something like this happens, where the water right outside of it is super wavy. Inside, it's still wavy, but it's not terrible because it is experiencing movement of the entire station, but it's imperceptible movement. So the water isn't moving as bad as everywhere else.
But
And while you imagine that there is a way to fill or drain this a bit, you're not exactly sure how to do that yet. And
okay, so it's not okay. So if we look down, that's the ocean.
yeah, this thing is literally, this level is
Okay.
literally
Okay.
a few feet above ocean level.
Gotcha.
Hold on, I think I might have missed something. Okay, so the little sub that's attached to our sub is submerged, right? It's under the
Well, I think
water.
we're both.
Yeah, it's partially submerged. Both of you are partially submerged now.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, can we is the hatch to the mini sub open?
No.
So whatever killed the captain's in the mini sub.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what didn't click at first.
Wait.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, are we really interested in going into that mini sub without knowing what's in there yet? Because that's
scary.
where we heard the screams from.
I thought
That's what I'm saying. Do we want to open that?
I imagine he brought us back there, but he never left the sub.
I
Well, it
told you
looks
he had to open the gates by remote control. The sluice gates.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
he said, "Sit
so-
tight while I close the gates."
A question.
And that
And
was
then
his last
murder.
words.
The way that you have right now in the map, the Guna facing to what it would be, I guess, if you were ordering this north,
Sure.
to the east, to the right.
Mhm.
Is if you go in one way, I'm assuming you would go out the other way, right?
Mhm.
So could we? I know maybe find a way to.
You can put it in reverse too.
Okay, but right.
But-
So, but we don't want to go in the the one that towed us because
Right.
I just don't think we do. You guys
We don't know
want
what's
to
in
die?
there.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So finding a way if we can get that thing out. So if it's or at least move ourselves, or whatever. I don't know. Because you have to detach the tow thing from the inside. Is that what it is?
That's
Like
what
it's something
I'm
you operate
thinking.
from the inside.
Is there a way to remotely release it?
He did not get out of that sub to hook
We
up
know
a tow
that.
cable to you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's only from the inside because
Yeah.
that's how he got us. So like,
Right.
Is
but I'm saying there's only one way to do it.
Is there a way to remotely operate the mini sub?
Yes.
Joe, find out.
Question. Okay.
Okay.
So Joe's gonna ask you: is there a way?
Yeah, do that because
How?
I don't do
Yeah.
that because I don't know what you're programmed for. So
I mean, I don't either.
and and
Sorry.
up to this point, I imagine you're carrying around your core AI. So you
Right,
are
we
you're kind of
changed my skills before. And I don't know what they were, so I don't remember.
yeah.
Like,
So
what my,
I mean, you might want to find a place to put that. I don't know.
yeah,
Also,
I mean, I have notes. I just didn't. I don't. It's before I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
taking detailed notes.
I thought I
didn't have
held
that,
the core AI.
Yeah,
you can
Tim
hold the
has
core
it.
AI,
I thought
Yeah,
Tim.
yeah.
Well, I thought Tim had.
but
That's what we had.
it's
set
kind
that
of big
is
to
in
be
my
carrying
notes.
around.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Okay.
you said it was like a little thing.
I imagined an egg.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, you said it was like an egg.
Yeah, like this big.
Ah. Okay.
An ostrich
Can't see you.
egg.
Yeah.
A big old dragon egg.
A dinosaur egg. Yeah.
An alien egg.
Wait,
Okay.
will Joe cease to exist if it's destroyed? And would we know that?
He won't. He won't. You would know. He won't be reprogrammable. You either you decide or Joe decide what skills you want to be programmed to.
I mean, I think it's
But it does.
definitely
I think it says. I'm not sure if it says in your notes, but it does take. It should take around 10 minutes to
10 minutes
reprogram you.
to
Mm-hmm.
reprogram. And then I will just remind you, like, I would keep that safe because if something were to happen to Tim, you wouldn't be able to reprogram me to continue to help you guys later on. So just bear that in mind.
Is that how it
Joe
works?
can help you a lot.
Yeah, you once you set that program, unless Joe can reach his core AI, it cannot be reprogrammed.
So if you die, I won't do anything for you guys because I have no need to protect you, which means somebody would have to reprogram me to be loyal to them.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
Okay. So don't let me die.
I mean, Joe has no reason to want you to die.
Of course not. Joe loves me in his own way.
Well, no, that's not it. It's because it's Joe's job to protect you. Joe doesn't love you. Joe
Yes.
doesn't feel love.
Job is love to robots.
He gets heart eyes. They go from
feel
like
like there's
tiny dead LED, beady LEDs to
I think there's some
glowing
iRobot
hearts.
comparisons going on around here.
Yeah.
It's about to get philosophical. We better talk about something else.
Okay. Anyway, so I mean, I guess that's something that Joe would suggest to Tim. Like, maybe you should reprogram my function to. I mean, do we say that we found some place where those things can be like put into like an autopilot type thing where they're controlled from a station rather than. I mean, that sounds like something that would happen normally in a ship. Like that's an ability.
Yeah,
So
we could check the panels
we would
around
find
and
this.
see if one of them's for like remote sub controls or something, right?
Mhm. Right, because I don't want to open that because there's a monster in there.
Yeah,
I know where
no.
there is.
No open.
The bad guy in there. So I would say that Joe is suggesting to Tim like maybe it would be in our best interest for you to reprogram my core function so that I can do that because I don't think we should go in there.
Okay.
I mean, is
So
that something I'm supposed to do, like pick, or at that point? I don't know.
I'll ask Joe to identify the best job to do this operation, and then use that to reprogram his AI to do it. Right?
Sure, do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
So Hector, I mean,
So we're gonna give him job sailor.
yes.
You get one job and one make, so
Sorry, I'm looking at. I have to remember how I'm supposed to do this.
I guess we'll go try to find what panel is for the remote sub controls, and then work with that. Which I imagine are along either side of the waterway.
okay. You look, and you're not seeing it. Give me a roll.
I will. Bam!
Both of us or just him?
15 find.
Find.
With Joe's
Am I
help. Because
also-
if I don't know
yeah.
what I'm looking at, I could be like, Joe, what is this used for?
That's not enough to find a control panel. As a matter of fact, you're starting to think there isn't one. While everybody's doing everything else, you revisit all the control panels. The crane one has crane buttons, up, down, turn this way, retract chain, loose chain. You're starting to figure them all out. Pretty simple. You know, some of them have controls, some of them have buttons, some of them have this. They're all very simple. You're not seeing anything that looks like remote control kind of stuff. You think maybe the computers, you don't know, you look around, But you do manage to find something else that's a little interesting,
All right.
and that's some ichor on the floor.
What?
Some black
what?
ichor with a little tints of green in it, and it's in the northwest corner of the station behind the room with the rat suits.
Yeah.
Joe, can you analyze this?
Yes.
Was that like oil or something?
It does not seem to be. Seems to have some type of maybe. And could he maybe like see if there's maybe something. What's the word? Like properties that would say that it's not like. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. I mean, is that something he can do?
So,
Can Joe analyze it with his eyeballs?
It's like it's gooey.
that's his analysis.
Slippery substance on floor. End of report.
Yep, it's slippery.
All right. And that was
Right,
outside the
you are.
radiation room?
Oh, it's
Is that what you said, Hector?
I thought he said it was in the corner by the suits.
Yeah,
By the radiation suits?
Mm-hmm. Right? That's what you said?
no, behind the building with the radiation suits.
Oh, behind the
Ah,
building.
okay.
Okay.
Is there a trail?
Yeah.
Or is it just that little blop?
It is no, from where you're at, it just seems like a little blob, but
I'm gonna look up.
Mm.
no, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Nothing that looks out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
So do you get
Strange.
closer to it? Or
It's just a
Do you-
black. It's just like a little. It looks like an oil spill, kind of, sort of. Just little,
Like
just a little oil on the
sludge.
ground. Well, I imagine we walked right up to it to look at it, right? That's how
Sure.
I imagined it.
So you make your way. It's a little narrow on the side of the platform. It doesn't look like this is a normal like work area. This is just buildings meant to be all the way up here. And as you get closer, you start to see more of it, and then you see that some of the platform is missing. And in fact, this stuff seems to continue downwards, and it seems to go down further than the platform. Like there's a hole here full of this stuff.
Hmm.
And it's just a little hole like you can make your circle with your arms, and it's about that big.
What's in the
Maybe
hole?
a tiny bit bigger.
That's like people size.
Can I look in the hole?
Sure.
So
I don't.
like
I,
the substance
Joe
is, like,
doesn't. Joe
corrosive?
doesn't think you should do that, Tim.
Well, I mean, like, what
I
is
mean,
this
we don't-
stuff?
I don't know. I mean, can I like see if I analyze that stuff, if I could figure out what it was? Like, I really don't know. Like with his like basic skills, if he's able to do that, like with what I have now.
If you spend 10 minutes to change your AI, you can get a different job and figure stuff out.
Or you could
Okay.
just
For
take
sure.
like a sample of it.
No,
and-
because I would like for Joe to be able to like operate a machine right now. If we were able to,
Or maybe some of your other characters have skills that's appropriate for this.
maybe
Hey, um,
maybe Harper, but she's not currently there, so
what's Mal doing?
it's true. Isn't she trying to move the? Oh no, that was Leilani.
Was Mal doing a task at the moment?
No, Mel is with everybody.
Is
So,
Mal a chick?
Mel is a chick.
Okay. Miss Raydeck?
Yes.
I call her over.
What is it?
What's this weird stuff on the ground?
I couldn't tell you just by eyeballing it. Is there any way we could take a sample of it and take it to the lab that's on the second floor?
Just look for a container or something.
Yes. Are we able to put this inside like a little vial or
Maybe you could find such thing. There is a lot of supplies on this floor.
is there like a Whataburger cup
say-
that no one was using?
It looks like somebody left a half a sandwich here in this Ziploc baggie. Maybe we just dumped a sandwich?
maybe in the room with all the parts there's containers.
So I would like to take a sample of it.
You run and grab a part. Come back about a minute later, and try to take a sample of it. And you touch it and it's sticky, and you pull at it and it kind of wants to come apart, but it takes some strength.
I know what it is. Just kidding.
And sure enough, you grab a chunk of this stuff.
With gloves that I have on, right?
Hopefully.
Well, you're
with the
grabbing it with
glove.
the container, not your actual fingers and
There's
hands.
plenty of gloves around here. You can have gloves. This is a workspace, work area after all. But yeah, you get a sample.
So it's like a sticky substance.
We said other people were kind of walking around exploring, so I would think that this is a very convenient time for Harper to kind of wander into this room where you guys are and ask Mal what she has. I would assume Mal has no problem telling me she found some creepy slime, and I offer to help Mal identify the substance. If she doesn't.
Yes, Harper. Can you do me a favor and taste
No.
this?
No, we should go to the lab together, and I think that we should probably take Lucia with us to protect us. It just definitely was not Lucia's idea at all to get you alone in a room, like a romantic lab base. I think the three of us should go to the lab.
All right.
Looks at Lucia.
We'll bookmark that and see what the rest of the party decides to do.
Okay.
Okay, so if the thing that killed the captain was in the mini,
I want to know
Where did it come from?
from?
I do.
So we called for help. He says stuff's popping
Why are you
off,
asking me?
but he could
no, I'm
still...
asking that in character to the group.
Okay, good.
Okay, and so Mal is kind of retracing the current events. So she says we called for help. The captain or the other guy says there's a situation going on over there. That, I don't think you guys want to come back, but he says they'll come fetch us either way. So they would have clamp onto us, bring us back to the facility, and then it's radio silence. He never left his sub. So whatever killed him is still inside there, and it didn't decide to kill him until after he parked the submarine. Right?
Yeah, that's what it appears to be. But how did it get in the sub in the first place? Maybe it was already in the sub before he got in.
It put a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
of, it put a little bit of tape on the door latch so that the door wouldn't close all the way, and then he opened it after he went in. He stuck his foot in there.
So by putting all that
like-
information together, Pat gets one of his weaponized pipes and kind of taps on the tow sub to see if
Oh,
there's
no.
anything. He was kind of poking a stick at it to see if anything happens to it.
And
If anything reacts to the noise.
Normal sound of metal on metal. You feel like the paint on this sub is quite resistant.
There's
So
no,
you don't seem to have left any dents.
there's no
Okay,
mountain lion making a ruckus in there.
Okay, what if we send Computer Joe down there?
I'm not comfortable opening that sub.
Yeah, who knows? Karen the cougar might be in there.
Well, I thought that monsters don't see Joe.
What do you mean? What kind of monsters? What are you talking about?
Scary things. Because he's not human.
Well, Joe is the bravest thing in this room. That's a fact.
I mean, I did mention earlier that I thought maybe the monsters would ignore me, or anything that's out there might not pay attention to me. If I just look like
Okay, so
equipment.
let's say it doesn't pay attention to you, but then it sees us.
Your question?
Pipes out.
I don't know. Do you have monster killing software?
Well, then we'll know what's out there, and I guess.
Yes, but
we
then
all-
we'll have to deal with it. But if we never open the sub, we never have to deal with it.
Well, then
Maybe.
obviously we're going to have to deal with it
Just not even
eventually
myself.
if stuff was happening already, you know?
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like-
it could be terrorists for all we know.
I feel like this is a battle of information at this point. So we
What if,
should see what's.
What if some organization just took over the whole station and we're not even aware of it yet because we haven't seen anybody yet? I honestly don't know what the hell's going on here. But we should I mean, do we really have to open this up?
I think
Well, we're going to.
Joe
ahead.
is willing to if you guys can help come up with a plan. Joe would just go in there. Thinks our best chance is to just go in there himself and try to do it, because like, what's the worst that can happen to him? He's not a person, so his job is to keep Tim safe, and he can't let him go, and we need to get you guys off of there and away from there, and that's what Joe's idea is. So I think that Joe would tell Tim he needs to be able to operate that submarine. So,
Because
that
we
he
have to
can
get in
go
there
in
too.
but I think there should be a plan about getting in and not letting anything out when he goes in. You know, like the whole close the door right behind me.
But I don't want to lose you, Joe. You're important to me.
I think I'll be okay.
You gotta let me go.
Yeah, there's only room on this floating door for one of us, Tim.
Well, in that situation, I would be on the door, Joe, and you would drown. 'Cause I'm
Yes,
more important than
exactly.
you.
I'm going.
But my character
No,
says it really
please.
seriously.
Yeah, Joe doesn't disagree. So you stay on the door and you let Joe get in the ship, and one, move the Guna into position to be lifted by the crane, and two, get the other one out of the way. After that, attach the tow.
Yeah.
And
What-
do that.
Did you guys see like any kind of like weapon stations or something? You guys?
I asked that earlier when everybody was looking around. I mean, that's kind of what
have
Lucia
pipes.
and
I'd be
Harper
way
were
more
looking
comfortable
for.
with a gun right now. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
Lucia
have
and Harper were
pipes.
looking around, and I wanted to ask that. Like, is there any possibility that, as we're exploring, I can't remember everything that was on the maps, and honestly, it's some of the pictures of the map, I don't really know what they are. So.
Well, you just saw there there's a lot of tools around that we could use.
Yeah, there's tools, and I mean, I guess there was.
You're not necessarily supposed to know what's on the map because this is your first day here.
Right. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just like the stuff that we did go over when we went around. I didn't really like. I tried to take notes and I wrote stuff, but I'm like, I don't really remember where I wrote that this room
Wait,
was.
When
and
we were
stuff because
when we
I
were
didn't have
touring the
map.
facility, did
Yeah.
we see any other weapon besides the one that was on the crane shooting the fish? Was anybody around just carrying a rifle or something, or
Yeah.
like that?
Nobody
This
was
is a
carrying.
scientific facility, sir.
Some of the sailors on the Nereus may have had knives on them.
But as far as like firearms, not really. Besides the one that was shooting the fish.
Yeah, and that
And that was more of a mounted weapon, right?
barely qualifies as a firearm.
Yeah. Okay.
More like a mounted harpoon type scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it was an energy weapon.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody should be there just in case something does try to come out.
Yeah, Pat's gonna be there
And
with
so,
the
because
pipe.
we want to have a plan when we open this. Yeah. Well, no, I mean like on that. I mean, is that in an area by where we were, or is that in the complete like no? Because that was by like the fishery side, right? So that's like on a different other opposite side of the big old building, right?
What?
That was on level 1.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
Um,
saying like it's not accessible in this moment for us to use in this scenario.
hang on, I have an idea real quick.
Mm.
I'm gonna take Joe to the computer lab, where the printer thingy was and all
All
that
right,
stuff.
please decide what, if you haven't already, Ali, what skills Joe has and where you're putting the AI.
I mean, I haven't decided because I don't know what we're doing yet. So, like what we've decided on doing.
Okay, well, then I'm going to say you have no skills at the moment. You know what I mean?
I mean, if we can come up with the plan on what we want to do, then I can decide. Yeah. So, it's- like I said, I was considering like machine operation because of moving.
I mean, I don't care if you had it
That's my
with you on the
plan.
side, but you definitely have to pick a place to put it now. Like maybe you took it with you as a precaution or something, but now you're just carrying it around.
So find a safe place for it and store it
Or
there.
if you do want to continue carrying it around, then you're going to do everything one-handed and, um, you know, fall over and break it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'll just choose operate machinery since we haven't really come up with the plan, and that was my plan to do something with Joe.
And
was to
and
operate.
hacking skills.
What's make? It's one job and one makes go.
Yeah. So
Make my idea was to take him to the computer lab and see if he could talk to computer to get in touch with the control center where we met the HR lady, and to see if we get access to the cameras there and look at the cameras through the computer in that room.
in the
You know what I mean?
yeah, if that's what you like, just remember that for the jobs it takes like 10 minutes to change it. So if we chose to look at cameras and do that, then we would have
That's
to.
my idea.
Okay.
Try to get into the try to get access to the server to look at the cameras and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that works for me. If that works for everybody else.
If you do have a negative run skill, I will make you roll it.
Run?
Yeah.
No, I mean we could just there's plenty of storage containers, right? We could store the AI in there and just seal
but
it
I
up.
mean, if you have
So
a
it's protected.
store it where?
And store in a container. There's plenty of them in the
Put it
small
wherever
part.
you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it wherever you want.
Yeah. Well, we'll put it in the back of the parts room in a container. If there's an empty barrel around, even better to protect it.
Okay.
And then we'll just go revisit it anytime we need to reprogram.
Okay,
Okay.
and for now, the skills that you have is operate machinery and whatever you want. Make machinery. I don't. It doesn't matter.
I don't know how you describe that, Yuli. Like.
Computer specialist, job hacker.
What do you say make skill? What do you mean by a make skill?
Yeah. I don't
Make
really
skill
know.
is literally you produce something. So working jobs are made to often for like assembly line work, and other manufacturing skills. So
So he
but it
could
could
like
technically be anything.
so we could like weld like two pieces of metal together to make me a spear from the pipe and some other.
Sure,
tools
you
I
can
went
take
on?
you can take job fabricator and make weapons, whatever you want.
Mhm.
But you got to pick two things. One job, one
Yeah.
make.
And it takes 10 minutes to.
To reprogram.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. So
I say we suit up, boys.
I think
Weapon
that's
making montage.
yeah, I think you're right. Gonna make a montage. I think that
We could do that
is
first.
a good idea to do first before we start like opening things and stuff like that. Like I do think that I mean, when you say look at the cameras, do you mean look at like camera feeds, recordings of stuff that happened on the like base around
Yeah.
us, or like looking in the cameras that were inside of the ship that towed us? The what is it, Nereus?
No,
right?
the base cameras. The base cameras.
To see kind of like what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I mean that would be good to know,
And then,
but
and then
if
maybe
we're gonna
find like
be
the security logs and see
Yeah.
like what happened all those hours that we were gone.
okay. And then a quick question for you, Hector. The group of 3 that had the. Did we decide? Actually, Evan, did you decide we were gonna go to the lab, or
Well, that's not
we could
priority,
split up?
I guess.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. We could split up, or did you want to wait until
I
everybody
would
has
say-
something to defend themselves
Yeah,
before
I would
splitting up?
say
Yeah,
we shouldn't leave this area until we see
Right.
the camera feeds.
That's why
Yeah.
I was asking, because I was hoping we all stayed together, but I couldn't remember if he decided let's wait on that or let's go. That's why I was clarifying.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think that takes priority right now. We're just
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
right
then
now,
I think
weapons.
the idea of fabricator and make weapons would be great. So let's go with that.
So I'll take Joe over to his egg and people.
Yeah, and I guess in those 10 minutes, I would suggest that we all go and look for materials that Joe can use.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you take the time to reprogram him while Joe is being reprogrammed. Tim is doing what? Tim and Derek.
Well, Derek is doesn't leave Noah's side,
Okay.
and 'cause that's where he belongs. And Tim will roll an investigation.
Cool. What- I don't know what
20.
you're just investigating the situation.
Yes, the situation, and I don't leave the level because I don't know what the hell's out there.
There's not a lot for you to go on, but you've
That's why I'm
decided
rolling
to.
to investigate.
But okay, so you don't have enough to put anything together yet. You know, you need more information, but I'll honor that roll later if you do find more information.
Okay.
Okay, and Noah
Hmm.
is are you going upstairs?
I mean, Noah planned on staying with everybody because Noah wanted everybody to stay together.
Okay.
And earlier when I was like, I think while we're reprogramming the Joe, that I suggested to everybody, and as Noah, really what I should have said, that people should look for materials for weapons if they want a weapon.
Okay, so Noah and Derek are staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Noah's staying there, and you wanted everybody to stay together. So Lucia and Harper are with you. Joe is doing his thing. Mel, Pat, Leilani, and Nathan, you guys are also just hanging around.
no, Leilani is with whoever else is refueling the.
Oh, which was Harper, was it?
No, that was Lucia.
Lucia?
And Mal we're working on, because they were going to operate the crane.
So the two L's, Lucia and Leilani, were refueling the.
Yeah, because she's the one with the drive. So, I mean, that's still in the same vicinity. So we're all still together.
You guys
now.
are doing that. The sub does take a lot of fuel. You go in and check the gauge. You realize how much it's going to take. It's quite a bit. It is a power hungry sub. It takes a lot of fuel. You guys are doing that for a while. Meanwhile, the mini sub remains hitched onto the front of the Guna, just floating there. While you're doing that, immediately after Joe is reprogrammed, Joe, you make your way to the mechanically, instinctually make your way to the east side of the platform, wherein there is a forge and you know how to operate it automatically. You're extremely good at operating this machine. and you can pretty much dump in raw materials and it makes stuff for you. Because you have the fabricator skill and because this is a very easy machine to use, you can make
Okay.
whatever kind of weapons you want.
Okay.
However, if you make complicated weapons or weapons that require, for example, gunpowder, you're not sure where you're going to get that. So,
Right.
mhm.
Okay. So more primitive type weapons that don't require ammunition, I would suggest
Yeah.
to our people.
What
But you
if
can definitely
I
upgrade from the wrenches.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody,
Also,
send in your orders.
all-
Just kidding.
having a memory, you know that there's a full-on fabrication machine here, which is even more capable than this thing, but takes a lot more skill to use. But you have that skill now, so if you wanted to, you could technically run both machines at the same time. It wouldn't be a problem for you.
Okay, great. So
So what if I wanted like
Look at your proficiencies.
Mhm. yeah,
okay, good idea. Let me look at that first. What if I wanted like a no country for old men kind of weapon? Like
Oh.
a
Yes,
compressor.
a pneumatic piston, sure, that could be accomplished. Spring power, there's compressed air around here if you wanted to use that. There's scuba tanks, so
mm-hmm.
Knuckles, a knuckle weapon.
yeah. You find that so the CNC machine, the giant one, the fabrication area, takes a lot more to use, right? The small one you find has like pictures of stuff. You can just like click on the hammer and put some metal inside, and a hammer comes out. Super easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, sure, you could do that.
So
What exactly is an offhand weapon, Hector?
Is a what?
What exactly is an offhand weapon? What category is that?
Offhand weapon, it describes normally a pistol. It's a weapon that you shoot offhand. I know the terminologies isn't like, it doesn't sound that descriptive, but this game uses terms that are used in real life. And when you shoot, like in a shooting competition, it's called offhand because you're shooting off of your hand. So anything that you can shoot from like a pistol is an offhand weapon.
Okay.
A slingshot?
No, that's a special kind of thing. That's its own proficiency.
So do I just say what I want? Built?
Yeah.
Hit me.
So
Yeah, you could. Yeah, on the forge, you could do it yourself. On the CNC, unless you have the skill for it, you're not gonna be able to make that work for you. But you could obviously have Joe do it for you.
Right, that's what we're doing.
Okay, so Joe, my guy,
Yes.
I would like 4 spears, and then like a compressed, like a weapon that uses compressed air to shoot bolts. That would be for my soldier. He'll carry around bolts as ammo. And then, can I get a flamethrower? I'm thinking like a little propane tank. And...
Yeah, sure. That is gonna take a while.
We're not going anywhere. Not yet, at least.
With a backpack?
Well, I'm thinking there's like maybe like propane tanks there, since it's like,
yeah. So a backpack, flamethrower, like that.
Sure, yeah.
Like your typical like movie status. All right, so
okay. So let me write that down.
You said this thing is easy.
You said 4 spheres?
Yeah, 1 for each of my people.
Okay. A,
I mean, I'll
a,
definitely give it to my
a compressed air bolt shooter.
yes.
Okay. And a flamethrower.
Well, I guess only 3 because I guess. So looking at my lead researcher, it doesn't look like she has.
She can still use a spear. She'll just take a negative to use it. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's you're not prohibited from using weapons. You just take
Okay.
penalties.
For my 2 guys that are there, Hector, a fist weapon and a sword. Why not?
Okay. Anything else on this wish list?
What are your characters on, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking. Definitely. I'm looking at maybe a couple of machetes. Let's see. Or yeah, Lucia is going to get for Noah herself, and Harper a machete. I do like Evan's idea of a spear that came to mind. I think that we should have 2 flamethrowers in the mix. Sounds great. Like that sounds like a really good idea. I really
Great.
yeah, that's about it. I don't know.
The forge starts working right away. Just a few presses of a button, and Joe is able to reprogram the machine to out of simple shapes and make the machine start working. The materials room is directly south of it. It's easy to pick stuff up and just chuck it in there. The machine takes some sort of either some oil-based like plastique and makes shafts for spears and mounts them onto the head of a point of a spear, and it starts doing that. Pretty magical, much more advanced than a 3D printer. It's capable of producing several different processes simultaneously in order to perfectly graft what looks to be an extremely durable plastic shaft onto this metallic head that it formed incredibly rapidly using a combination of forging and material removal project. It's a little loud, but most of the sound is dampened by what seems to be like 6-inch safety glass around this thing. And sure enough, pops out a spear about 5.5 feet long, and it's pretty light. The shaft seems incredibly durable, and the piece of metal is very sharp. And it begins to do a second one as well. And everyone can roll look.
No. Oh, like for our characters or just like us?
Yeah, for your characters. Yeah.
Dropped one. Oh no way. All right. Which should I put for which? I just forgot. Dark green one. Or okay. Let me write this down so I don't mix them up. Kind of hard with 4 characters. Okay. Big one is nice.
I have 20 for Tim, 10 for Derek.
Harper.
Are you just want me to tell you all of them, or are you just looking for them?
Yes, please. Yeah, just tell me any of them, all of them, and I'll tell you if any of them are good in the code.
Leilani has 18, Nathan has 11, Mal has 13, and Pat has 23.
Good old Eagle Eyes.
Okay. Okay, so for me it's Noah 13, Lucia 24, Harper 16, and Joe 15.
24.
Mhm.
Oh man, that's crazy. I thought I had you for sure.
Yeah,
What in the heck?
I rolled 2 9s, a 10, and a 7 for my characters, and the 10 was for
Holy
Lucia.
smoke! Well, so Lucia rolls a 24. Well, it's your lucky day because you're the only one who's not distracted. Working Joe doesn't care. He's happy doing his job. Everybody else is kind of enthralled by this machine, which is pretty incredible. Leilani is busy overseeing the fueling operation. But Lucia happens to look, turn around and manage to be aware. And let's see. As you look right at the edge of your field of vision, as you just happen to be looking around, there's something crawling around the ceiling.
Oh god. Oh god.
And worse than that, it is poised, it seems, and it has decided to let itself fall. And at first, you don't understand what's going on, but then you realize that it's directly above Leilani.
Oh god. Okay. And Leilani was by Joe? I'm trying to think of the direction. Like she's facing away now from them, right?
Lucia and Leilani are overseeing the fueling of the Guna.
Okay, that's right. And you said that there's already been fabricated a couple of spears?
It is merely fabricating the second one.
But there's one that's been fabricated, yes? Oh god. There's one that's been hold on. Where did it go? My stupid noise thing. I could totally use those noises that it makes. Okay. So you said at least one's been fabricated, right? And who has that currently? Did that get handed by Joe to one of
I'm not sure who grabbed it, but you guys
those were one of your characters, Evan. So which was it that would have grabbed the first, or that they would have handed the first spear to, or was holding that first spear that was completed?
It would have been Pat, just so we get the durability of it, and he so happens can throw objects really far and really hard.
Okay, perfect.
Action, please.
Yes, so that's why I was asking. Sorry. Joe has it. I turn to Joe quickly and say, "Joe!" And I scream and I yell at him and I point in the direction of the girls, and hopefully Joe thinks quick enough to either throw me the spear. Sorry, Pat. Sorry, Pat. I meant Pat. Pat.
If I was I mistaken? I thought Lucia and Leilani were refueling the Guna. I
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that's what
so
it was.
that's right. So then they're far. I forgot she was not up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. uh,
I'm gonna take that as your answer, unfortunately, because this is horror game,
No.
that's cool. Yeah, cool.
which means that you
This is such a fun
don't
game.
understand what's going on, and there's something dropping from the ceiling
Hmm.
directly onto an unsuspecting Leilani.
Sorry, Evan.
That's my babe.
And in instances where you're not aware of your attacker, the defensive skill is sense.
Are we still allowed to roll it if we don't have it off of insight?
No,
Okay.
Are we like if I shout at each other?
you have to roll sense with Leilani, please.
Yeah, no sense.
Don't worry,
Ooh,
her bloody
alright.
screams will alert the group.
Sense.
That
11.
is not a good number. Let's see.
Play the sound again, Hector.
So let's do this.
Kill Mal. Kill Mal.
um, okay. You take 25 damage. I don't know if you can survive that. You might. Oh, my bad. I didn't do your hit points. That's my bad. One of those things I forgot to do. Can you tell me your health and stamina?
Oh, okay. Health 4, stamina 6. Right, HLT's health, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a tank, dude.
Yeah, you are. Oh, that's a Leilani?
That is my dive specialist. Yep.
Oh, nice.
He's beefy.
And how are you doing that? How does that translate to HP?
So, there's a hitbox at the bottom of the thing, and gosh, I think it might be easier if you open up the confusing character sheet, because that's the one thing it does well.
Dive specialist.
And it if you'll see at the
Sheets.
if you'll see at the bottom, there's like there's
Hit
a
points.
big box full of smaller boxes. What's the strength of that character? I think it might be 0, right? Or I'm sorry, the power?
1.
Okay, 1. Okay.
Any protection from the gear we're wearing? Are we still in winter gear?
I mean, I'll give you one. Okay, you're beset. Something just fell on you. You have probably no idea what's going on, except that you're suddenly in a lot of pain. And something, which is a creature, definitely not human, is latched onto you pretty ferociously. And for Yuli. Oh.
Yeah.
We do another one. That's the one I wanted.
Where'd you get that? Was it an
Guys,
app?
I had to make a lot of them, but yeah, it's an app that lets you make it.
Well, I mean, I imagine that character screams out in pain.
Yeah, it's not quiet. So, all of you guys,
So what's my health and what's the damages?
I went ahead and gave you a point of damage and all, so you only took 24 damage. But you have taken 3 wounds out of your 7, and that puts you at so yeah, you do take a -1 penalty to anything you do now. But I
And
can
now
have that.
And now the rest of the group is aware.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so it's latched on Leilani.
Derek's pretty brave. He's gonna run over to help.
Pat grabs a spear and runs to assist as well.
Tim's gonna cower. What the hell is that? And just kind of stand behind something. Joe, hurry up with those weapons!
I guess since we got here, how do I do this? Maybe we should, because I messed up. I don't know if we should take a moment to do hit points real quick, or no, we'll do it. We'll do it next week. Sorry. We'll just wing it for now. Sorry about that. I don't know why I forgot. But I will share that with you guys. And
Yep, I had the appropriate reaction.
and where did I? Oh, of course. I'm like, where did I put this thing that I put right here?
Why is it in kind of a pinup pose? Is that your art style coming through?
It is not in a pinup. What are you talking about?
You tell me what this is then.
Like this?
What?
Like this?
Kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's like,
Oh, where did I hide this from myself? Sometimes oh, I see. It all fell.
you think she just replaced a big booty with a tail?
Oh, behind that tail is a fat ass.
It's like caked up. That's where all those liquids came from that we found on the ground.
It is not a pinup.
I'm sorry, but I saw that and I was immediately attracted
What
to a
are you talking
xenomorph, and that's never happened to me before.
Oh, that's not a pinup.
Damn, girl!
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
Looks pretty
I'm
cool.
sorry. It's funny. It's awesome. It's great. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. It's just a great drawing. It's hard to give you compliments. Just kidding.
I know. All
Just
right.
kidding.
Okay, so you guys are running
Right.
over there.
Yeah, and Lucia's kicking caked up xenomorph in the head right now.
Um,
Just wanted to-
I should ask for composure rolls. I think I'm
I
gonna.
was
Yeah.
gonna say that, yeah. Leilani's in deep pain, but she wants to run towards the weapon making group.
So let's all have a composure roll.
Yeah.
$10 for Tim, 21 for Derek.
Oh my god. Huh?
Tim, you're gonna do nothing for a round. Derek, you can act normally. You can do whatever you
I
want.
rolled a 10 and 3
Yeah.
times.
Derek's
I
gonna
had to
run
add it
over.
up. Okay.
Tim forgot how to
Hey.
use his legs, so.
Leilani 15, Nathan 12, Mal 15, Pat 24.
Pat can act normally. Leilani can act offensively. She definitely doesn't want to be in the situation, and it's
A
a
roll
lower
for
DS.
love making.
It's a lower DS for fighting back. All right. I mean, if that's the route you want to take it.
What if
Roll seduce on the
Can
attacker.
I run towards?
You are being held.
You're basically in a
So
wrestle.
if you wanted to run, you'd have to wrestle first to drag it, or to get out of the wrestle.
I can't just carry it with me. Well, I guess it did look like it was like 6 feet tall, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's you know that it has an impressive strength by the way that it's
I see. Okay.
you want my rolls?
Yes, please.
Okay. For Noah, it was a 13. Lucia, 18. 10 for Harper, and if I needed to for Joe, it was a 9. So
Joe does not
it
suffer
says
from
it
that.
says 0 on it, but there's composure on there. Or sorry.
Yeah,
but Harper's
it's kind of infinite.
okay. Well, I just
Yeah.
rolled for everybody just to be sure while you were talking, so I could ask you after. And then
Cool.
there's nothing specifically on Harper, so I just went by what the die said for her. So I rolled a 10. So
Cool.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I have a question. So in relation to the map, I would
Yes.
assume Leilani is next to the sub. And where is the fabrication station?
Okay. On the right, next to the right sleuth gate, just south of that, is the forge that you guys have been using to create weapons.
Okay. So we may not have like direct eyesight, but we could definitely.
No, you got it. You pretty much. I mean, there's a crane kind of in the way. There's a strut there. You guys can kind of see there, but you do have to run around that crane unless you dive into the water or something.
Okay.
Derek will run towards the screams.
Yes. Yeah, and like Pat will grab the ready-made spear and run in that direction as well.
and at this point we still only have one, right? It hasn't been that long, so
Yeah, it has not been that long.
yeah. I mean, all I was able to do, I think, as Lucia was yell for help. I mean, that I
Yeah, you
kind
said
of try to.
Lucia rolled a 16. She can act
No,
normally.
sorry,
Turn
Lucia. Yeah, Lucia rolled an 18 actually. So
18, yes.
yeah. Mhm.
She can act normally this roll. Joe can continue to fabricate
What he's
stuff.
doing, yeah, which is good. We don't want him. We don't want him distracted. He doesn't need to be distracted. He needs to get us weapons, especially now that we know that that's out there. We need to make sure Joe's. doing what he's
Harper and
supposed to.
Noah are going to lose a turn as they decide what to do. They're not that quick. Also, if you have readiness, this is technically the first round of combat. You could roll that if you wanted to. Readiness is the talents on the right side of your sheet.
What I get for agreeing to add an extra character.
And it's
Don't worry, they'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
Derek has it. I'll use it to get a jump on the running over there. 2 points higher. Okay, so
Yep.
I could roll if I roll a steal initiative and succeed. I could take 2 runs, right? Sort of.
No, you can't use move actions when you steal initiative.
Oh, okay, I see.
You could take your move action first, but you can't add move actions. You don't get extra speed out of it.
Okay, well, I'm declaring readiness for speed purposes. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's only for starts.
So both Pat and Nathan have readiness. So I would like Pat to prepare to run with the ready-made spear, and Nathan's just on standby, waiting for the second spear to be
I mean, I'm
used.
because it's a run action. I'm down to give you a sort of bonus if you do roll it. But if you fail readiness roll, you're going to be like everyone else and just not do anything this turn.
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna start running over there.
Okay. Yeah, it might be a little more helpful for like shooting something. If you like, yeah, we'll just go with that. You guys are running there. We will go with Leilani's action. Whatever you want her to do.
I want to try to wrestle it off of her, or she wants to try to wrestle it off of herself.
Go ahead and roll.
Roll wrestling.
And that'll be -1, right?
Yeah.
14.
You find that's it seems futile. The thing on top of you is just way too strong. As a matter of fact, it takes advantage of you wiggling around, and it just kind of lets you make things worse for yourself as it palms your face and grabs you by one of the arms and lets itself fall off of the Guna into the water.
Oh man.
Right, you're right there, Lucia, and you just see a tail snake into the water near the Guna.
I mean, you're saying that it's grabbing Leilani, right? Like trying to pull her into the water. It's pulled her into the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll swim.
Okay. Yeah, I would try to. I mean, I want to help her, so I guess I would. I don't know if I should grab the tail before it disappears. Try to pull it back up. Well, you want to die?
You'd have to run over there and do that and jump into the water. I thought I was
right in front of her. So.
Well, I placed you on opposite sides of the Guna.
Okay.
Because one of you. Oh, hold up. You're in the power loader.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't attack you. So I don't know if you want to dive into the water of a power loader. I don't know what that
Yeah,
seems.
I'm totally gonna grab
that
him with
seems
that.
that seems even more dangerous for you. Basically, before you do anything, you'd have to get out of that thing.
Yeah.
Is the power loader the exosuit?
Yeah.
With the beep 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 beep.
Yep.
Oh. Hmm.
It's a walking robot with forklift hands.
Yeah, you can't go in the water with that.
But I don't think it doesn't have hands like the other ones.
I don't
It
know what
just
to
has
do with my hands.
forklift arms.
Yeah.
So it's not quite like the one in the movie.
Yeah. I don't think I want to help Leilani. I feel like
Your
the
son?
monster
Oh, I think
got her.
yeah, you did roll high enough to act normally, but I
I
said
mean,
do
it's
whatever
not
you
that
want.
I don't feel bad, but it's like I'm in the suit. I have to get out of the suit. Am I going to be able to save her? I see people coming down. I mean, I could try to get out of it and go help her, but I feel like I'll fail it and put myself at risk. And I feel like
Okay.
people need me to survive.
I'm gonna take my action. Which was a very high number for another wrestle action. And underwater, Leilani, you find that you are being held very, very firmly. And you're now the creature has worked its way around to your back, and it's still choking you, or it still has your face, and it's pressing your face up against what might be its chest or its head. You can't tell because all you feel is gnarly, spiny body of the creature that's holding you, and most of your face is covered up by its very hard hand, a hand that feels as hard as metal. And you're just in a worse position than you were before. You can roll wrestle for me though.
Can I swim with it?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try swimming with it so I could stay as close to the surface as possible.
Just jam your arms
Sure.
on.
Sure, roll. Yeah, that's a good idea. Roll swim.
Yeah, joke's on you, all right? Joke is on you.
You're in your element.
I'm in my element. 29.
Boom!
Wow, that's awesome.
Incredible.
That's actually really good. That's really good. So being that it's underwater now and it weighs a lot less underwater as things tend to do, you actually feel that you managed to kick this thing up, but it feels like it's only a few inches in gain. It's restricted your movement so much that trying to power through it with your legs isn't cutting it. But you did stop its descent for a moment.
So, in relation to the sea level, like how far down are we?
It's hard to see. You could roll look.
So all my characters will roll look, or
Leilani. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Roll look.
but it wouldn't be from her perspective. I would say from like an outside perspective, so they could.
If you want perspective from one of the other characters, just tell me which one and roll look.
Okay, it's gonna be a Pat because he's running with the spear to the noise.
Can Lucia see her by the surface now?
25.
I'm good. I can roll for it.
you're higher up than because you're in the power loader. You're
Mhm.
higher up, so I just imagine you had a pretty good view of the whole thing. And you could still see them just below the surface.
So the look was 25.
Um, you have a clear understanding of what's going on. You know that something larger than a man with a very long tail, black in color, has grabbed Leilani, and you've seen the whole thing, and it hurt her and took her beneath the water, and now is maybe ready to swim.
Pat nosedives spear first.
All right, that is going to take you a second because you are not that close. The platform is rather large. I don't know if you saw on the map, but there's a little tiny
Mhm.
speck that says HFR, and that's a human for reference. So the platform's pretty large. What's your run speed? I think you're probably the fastest character.
Yeah. Move fast. AF. With or without a die?
So there's a little section in the middle of the sheet between the skills and the talent, and it should just tell you your run speed and your sprint speed.
It should be your total plus 10. Whatever your total
Oh,
is.
okay. Roll speed in feet. Yeah, run plus 10.
Yeah, I think I filled it out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, run plus 10. Oh, so 21.
And sprinting would be 42.
Yeah, times 2.
So this is speed. Nope.
Where? Well, I guess where did you say like the human for reference?
Look up.
North of the Guna.
Oh, human for reference. Okay.
You guys are running pretty far. It's going to take you 3 turns to get there. In the meantime, that means that Leilani is subject to more
Mm-hmm.
attacks. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And now you can roll swim if you wanted to counter again, because this time it too is attempting to swim.
Okay. So my swim plus 10 minus 1. Swim plus 10 minus 1. 31.
Excellent.
31, yep.
That might give you a chance. No. You feel like you're doing something, but you can almost feel the powerful tail of the creature create vortices as it begins to very easily propel itself under the sub. And the shadow of the Guna is impairing your vision even further as the water becomes darker by the lack of light. That's one more turn of running for the rest of you. The rest of you can act normally now that you're if you failed your composure roll, if you want to do something else.
Tim hides.
Okay.
Lucia sees, from my vantage point, I can see them running towards us to help. So I choose to leave the suit to make my way down there to try to find a way to help. I do have the pipe that I picked up, so right now I'm making my way down there. I'm assuming that's gonna take a turn, get out of the suit and everything.
Yeah, it'll take
Okay,
an
I didn't know
action.
if I needed to elaborate more. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a climb action, so you're good.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I guess my other characters, I do have Nathan. I mean, they're running that way too. Go help. So, I guess they would be taking their turns to make their way there. Just wanted to clarify because I didn't mention
Yeah,
them.
Pat's still running.
I keep
Nathan's,
forgetting to mention all of my characters. So
Pat's still
Eric's right
running.
behind.
Nathan's on standby for the next weapon.
All right,
And
let's do
Mal's like WTF.
and now for something completely different.
Oh.
If it doesn't keep me alive, Hector, I don't want to hear it.
Oh look, it's time to go. Just kidding.
Cornelius.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, this research is amazing. You've just been through folder and folder of stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah.
You've got all this
Yeah.
research now.
Downloading.
You can't believe all this stuff that you found here, man. These guys have just sitting here working on these miracles of science and technology, all sorts of things about Amridium and things you could never believe. And it seems like you've managed to download the whole database. And then there's Bart, who
Wandering the
thinks
halls, screaming for Robert.
maybe Rob has been gone for like an hour now. He said he was going to tell you about his dad. So, tell me where Bart goes.
I wander the halls.
Okay.
I'm gonna exit and then random direction.
Great. And where does Cornelius go?
Do I feel like I have everything I wanted to get?
Feel like you've got everything this computer had.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna go back to my room and celebrate.
Excellent.
Whistling
let's see.
whistling Dixie as I go.
Alrighty. You technically you can roll wrestle with Bart.
Technically.
Technically.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it. It's not good, but I
Okay.
got it.
Yeah.
5. Take that.
Okay. So you failed by a lot. When all right.
Oh God, Hector, no. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Is it
There's good
area?
news. There's good news and there's bad news.
Is it in this area?
There's good news and there's bad news.
All right.
The good news is Cornelius has all this awesome data that he
Yeah.
got. The bad news is as he's going back to his room, he finds Bart with one of these on his face.
Ah, I knew it. So Bart's face is Bart struggling, or is he just like kind of passed out with this thing on his face?
He's just passed out in the hall with a thing on his face.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna try to shake him, like hey, and like try to grab anything. If I have a pen on me, I'll use it to stab the thing that's on his face.
When you touch it, it wriggles around, and it seems to cause Bart an extreme amount of pain.
Oh,
You hear a muffled scream, and it looks like Bart's going to go into a seizure, for a little bit, but when you stop poking it, he relaxes back down.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I run to any communication terminal that I passed or that I can remember where is that to call for help.
Station terminal.
Any sort of communication thingy, and I call for help. And while I'm doing that, help! Child in danger, help!
You're on level 2. Oh wait, what am I doing? You let's give you a memory roll.
Okay.
Actually, just roll composure, and yeah, and that'll determine if you can remember.
I don't have composure, Hector. So will roll of 11.
Yeah, that's not that bad. You don't actually remember any comms up here, but you do kind of remember that there was that room that Claudia was in.
Oh, okay.
And it was some sort of administrative room, so maybe there's stuff there.
I run there.
You run there.
The whole time, help! Help!
Meanwhile, as you approach, Pat, being the fastest one, getting up close, with spear in hand, you unfortunately see that you've lost sight of whatever this thing was as it dove under, and you are looking in the right direction, so you will see this. Some of you may not, as it disappears beneath the water, camouflaging into the depths. The cloudiness of the water, the shadow of the laguna, the shadow of the canal. You're not quite sure where this thing has gone. Maybe it's completely just decided to hang out underneath the Guna. But Pat, like I said, you are looking in the right direction, and those of you that are following Derek, you're running in that direction, looking in the direction. You see that at the sluice gate, a splash happens, and the creature jumps out of the water and over the sluice gate. And Leilani is still in its possession.
Chase it down.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it takes you into the ocean. And as the rest of you follow in that direction, going over to the edge of the platform, looking over the sluice gate, by the time you get there, this thing is long, long gone.
So it basically like took her into the water, swam under the submarine, and then jumped out the other side with her. Right? And oh man, and we just lose it? We just see it fly through the air and that's it?
Yeah, you see it splash out of the water like a freaking shark, Leilani in hand. And it
Like
flops
Shamu.
over to the, yeah, it shamoos over the sluice gate.
Mm.
Oh, over the
That
so
poor
it's
trainer.
So it's going out of the facility.
Yep.
No.
Kidnapping Leilani. Throw the spears. Didn't even, I guess we don't see it, huh?
Like I said, those of you that were facing that direction, running towards Leilani from the forge,
Mhm.
would see it.
Mhm.
People who are facing another direction, maybe you just hear a splash and then it's gone by the time you look over.
Yeah, Pat's gonna have to check that spear, Daddy. I mean, if he misses and hits her, you know, it kind of seems like she's dead anyways. So Pat, with his Olympic style formation,
Noah
He
has
start-
this
he starts
weird
doing the whole-
feeling in his stomach, like something's wrong about something he cares about, but he can't figure out what it is. Maybe he's hungry. Is he hungry? He's just hungry. Never mind. That was a false alarm.
I
Okay.
feel like I'm forgetting something.
It's like I feel like I forgot to eat. Where did I leave that granola bar?
Pat throws the spear.
Sure.
Derek's just gonna
Um,
look in horror.
It is.
Oh,
Did you actually plan on hitting anything, or just throwing it out of frustration or something?
Hopefully, I could hit the whatever kidnapped my diver.
All right.
I mean,
if you think you can
how-
hit it,
Leilani.
how far would like that be? Where's the map? So if I'm by the sub, I don't think it should be too far.
right, you might be close enough. But what I will ask you to do is steal initiative, because it on purpose is stealthily jumping out of the water to not give you a chance to do stuff. So if you wanted to be like super quick action hero style, you're gonna have to roll for it. And stealing initiative is you have to roll your speed score or under on a d10. You might.
Speed
I'm not sure, but
Yeah, what's your
is
speed?
5.
50-50 chance right there.
50-50
Oh.
chance.
Got 5 or under.
You might also have a talent. I doubt you do, but if you had lightning strikes, no, that's melee. Is there anything?
Aim small.
Not for throwing.
Maybe
Not
you can downpour.
downpour.
You could downpour, but it's only I think what +1 speed for -2 attack. It's not the worst.
I haven't.
It'll turn it to 60% chance. I think we can just go for it for now. If you want, you can use a downpour, take a little damage penalty, and get a 60% chance of stealing initiative.
Yeah, I'll take the 50-50. All I need is one, baby.
Right.
So
Great.
under a 5, right? Or 5 or under?
5 or
Yeah,
under.
5 or under.
Go low. Go low.
5.
Boom.
All right.
Duty.
You steal initiative. You're like, nah, screw that. Roll that die, man. Let's see what happens. Roll attack for me.
Attack 20 plus 1. 21.
Okay. I'm gonna get 5, 7. What'd you say you rolled?
21.
Roll damage for me. sir.
Nice. Make the noise, Hector. Play the noise, Hector. Because he hit it.
Oh,
18.
I gotta. Okay. That's pretty surprising. All right. Let's see. Mm. Okay, so you stick a spear in it. Unfortunately, things do not change. The same thing happens, except this time it has a spear in it. Unfortunately, I was wrong. One thing does change, or might. Where's that one? Okay. Okay. No, that's it.
It doesn't loosen its grip and Leilani escapes.
Yes.
No, it does not loosen his grip. Leilani does not escape.
It's a good shot, Pat.
Closes out dive specialist window.
It was a good shot. It was nice.
That's what Derek's telling him. Derek gets you by the shoulder. It was a good shot, Pat. It was a good shot.
It's not your fault, Pat. It's not your fault, man.
I'm turning my camera off in solidarity.
to grieve in darkness?
Everybody,
Why
everybody's
am I
screens go black.
dying first all the time?
I think
It's always my. It's been my fault too.
I
And I'm
think
sorry.
that's a decent place to call it. We're a little short on time, but if we do anything else, it'll take too long. So I think we're going to call it there for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for commenting. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend about it. Share this with someone. Remember, guys, merch. This is one of my designs. There we go. There's another one. Please get down in the link below. Hit on that T-shirt link, the launch cart link, and help us out by buying a shirt.
Get it.
Make sure to tune in next week at the same time. This 4 Central 5 Mountain Standard. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it'll just take. If we do anything else, we'll go over on time. So thank you for giving me your 3 hours of time. I had a blast.
Yeah, thanks.
There's more to come, guys. That's what is that? 2 down, 10 to go. We'll see who survives, if anyone.
Yep.
All right. Until then, until next time, guys. Stay metal. We're gonna give you a special announcement here to see.
Is everyone getting you down? Ass. People always telling you what to do. Ass. Parents always telling you what to do. Ass. Teachers say you gotta do it their way. Ass. Cops trying to bust up your party. Ass. Uncle Sam trying to dig into your wallet. Ass. Preacher bringing God down on you. Ass! Everything is ass! And it's time to fight back!
But Hector, how do I fight back against the ass?
Shut the hell up, guys. You gotta turn that ass around. You're gonna use it for yourself. It's 3 simple steps. It's in the name, dummy. First, we got the A. That stands for awareness. That means pay attention. Don't be a zombie NPC. Somebody could be trying to pull a fast one on you and you're asleep at the wheel. Come on, get with it. Now what? It's the S, fool. I thought you were paying attention. The S stands for skepticism. What's that? I'm glad you asked. Because it means doubt. Question everything. Do you really think people don't have a reason to lie to you? You think the news is always right? that your friends are never selfish, that the cops know the laws perfectly, that the government didn't give a bunch of people syphilis? Question everything.
Hector, what do I do now?
Now it's time to go for that final S and master that ass. Scrutiny! Put that ass to the test. Look it up, do a little research, experiment. Check in on that ass to see if it's legit. Stop messing with ass that don't pass basic sniff test. But Hector, how do I remember all that? I made a shirt, so you don't have to. Go on, get down in the link right now and order yours. Stop being everybody's fool and master that ass. Get the shirt! Do it now! Go! Do it! Is everyone getting you down? Ass. People always telling you what to do. Ass. Parents always telling you what to do. Ass. Teachers say you gotta do it their way. Ass. Cops trying to bust up your party. Ass. Uncle Sam trying to dig into your wallet. Ass. Preacher bringing God down on you. Ass.
Everything is ass, and it's time to fight back. But Hector, how do I fight back against the ass?
Shut the hell up. You gotta turn that ass around and use it for yourself. It's 3 simple steps. It's in the name, dummy. First, we got the A. That stands for awareness. That means pay attention. Don't be a zombie NPC. Somebody could be trying to pull a fast one on you and you're asleep at the wheel. Come on, get with it. Now what? It's the S, fool. I thought you were paying attention. The S stands for skepticism. What's that? I'm glad you asked. Because it means doubt. Question everything. Do you really think people don't have a reason to lie to you? You think the news is always right? That your friends are never selfish? That the cops know the laws perfectly? That the government didn't give a bunch of people syphilis? Question everything.
Hector, what do I do now?
Now it's time to go for that final S and master that ass. Scrutiny! Put that ass to the test. Look it up, do a little research, experiment. Check in on that ass to see if it's legit. Stop messing with ass that don't pass basic sniff test. But Hector, how do I remember all that? I made a shirt, so you don't have to. Go on, get down in the link right now and order yours. Stop being everybody's fool and master that ass. Get the shirt! Do it now! Go! Do it! Is everyone getting you down? Ass. People